everybody. It's Carmela and Jeannie. Hi, honey. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are
Oh my
you?
God,
Happy
great.
anniversary.
Super great. This is our first full year. Today
Yes.
is 52 weeks. 52 weeks that we have had a podcast, and I'm so happy and so excited. And thank you, Jeannie, for being a part of this journey.
And thank
Uh,
you for letting me be a part of
oh,
it.
I wouldn't have it any other way. It has been amazing. I am so beyond excited. Um, it fit. I never thought we would last this long. I really don't. I didn't rather. I'm excited. We've had wonderful people. We've had
Yes.
a plethora of good stuff happen to us. We have a ton of stuff to talk about tonight. Jeannie and I are going to share the stage alone till about 6 o'clock. Then we have some guests coming on. We have guests coming up the wazoo until at least the beginning of May. Okay. Um, I have to tell you, I had to rearrange Ryan, so I'll have to tell you when I get off when we
Okay.
get off the air. So just real quick, I wanted to say hi because you know how I am. Uh, I like to say hi to people who are nice, and I like to yell at people who are not. I went and switched my phone and my internet to AT&T, and today was the final meeting for everything to get done. And I'm very, very excited. Um, Everything's taken care of. I had some of the most wonderful, wonderful people who helped us. Um,
Aw.
the young man's name is Neil. His name is Neil, but I call him Ryan because he looks like a Ryan. You know me,
Of
right?
course. Yeah.
And the young lady that was there, her name is Rachel. But to me, she was so beautiful. She looked like an Angela, so I called her Angela. And then the guy who was there, the one manager's name is Damien, which I love that name, by the way. But
Yeah.
I also told him he looked like a Chris, but I still called him Damien. And then there was this guy whose name is Andy, but he looked to me like a Dave. So he was like the general manager. So I told him how wonderful his crew was. I was there for literally 2 hours chatting,
Wow.
working, fixing everything. Neil was amazing. Neil slash Ryan was amazing. I said I was going to mention their names, so he promised to listen to the podcast tonight. Um, I have to tell you, anybody who goes to AT&T, I went to the store on 33, right by the Dunkin', and let me tell you, they are
In
amazing.
Hamilton
In
Township.
Hamilton, yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, Hamilton
Yeah.
Square. Ask for Neil, who I call Ryan, and also Damien, who's the boss, well, the manager there. Andy is the other manager, and Rachel is the other young lady. They were wonderful, wonderful, and they're going to get a really good review on Google. Okay. So, anyway, with all that said, they got me out of there on time. They promised me I would be out on time, and I was. So, I was grateful for that. Um, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about what's going on with wrestling right now. Everybody knows there was a Cena turn, John Cena turn. You saw that coming, I hope, Jeannie, right?
Um, Not really, no. I always wanted it to happen. Wished it would happen and was very disappointed since this is his like farewell tour or whatever. It was a nice surprise and a good um thing to do. And believe it or not, I did watch Elimination Chamber. I
Whoa.
did see the beginning because I was watching something else, and then there was nothing else to watch, and I thought, all right, let me turn it on.
Yeah, whenever there's nothing else to watch.
And then when I turned it on, the men were just going in, being introduced or whatever. So I missed the whole like first half. But I did watch the men's.
Good, very good. Well, I heard, okay, through the grapevine, that John had always wanted to be a heel, but because
Yeah,
he had such a good persona, they never wanted to let him become a heel.
right.
So he's very excited himself about being able to be a heel now. And I think this is my prediction. Okay, first of all, I want to go back a step. Let's go back a step. If you remember correctly, I said a long time ago that Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair were going to turn on each other. Remember I said that a long time ago?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What happened was Jade Cargill got the crap knocked out of her. I did say that I thought it was Naomi. Okay. Naomi got the crap knocked out of her, but I think it may wind up being Bianca which then confirms my prediction, okay? Because I think it was ultimately Bianca who beat the hell out of her and not Naomi. Okay, so let's go back to what's happening now. With Cena, I thought it was going to be either Cena or Cody were going to do the turn. I really did, because they can't have two really good guys like that going against each other at WrestleMania. It'll be a squash match. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be anything real cool. So with John wanting to have always become a heel, I think that was a good turn for him.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about the fact that I heard that the Guinness Book of World Records gave him a record of being the person who was babyface the longest before turning heel. Okay, I don't know that that's true. I don't know, so I'm not saying I don't know. Guinness wouldn't give me a thing for being the first one in the world to have a talk show about professional wrestling, but they give John Cena a thing for being the
well, that's because it was that's a record, where yours wasn't a record.
That's what they said, but I don't buy it. I told them they should reconsider me, damn it. And that's it. I'm mad. So anyway, that's what happened. And also Travis Scott, I don't know if you saw that part, Jeannie, but he really clocked Cody. And I feel bad for Cody. Apparently broke his eardrum and gave him a black eye besides. Forget the black eye, but he broke his eardrum.
No, I didn't. I saw it, but I didn't,
Yeah, if you look at it again,
it didn't look really that impressive to me. Yeah, no, it didn't look that way to me.
No, it didn't. Mm-mm. Yeah, but he hit him pretty good. The Rock told him, if you're going to get blood on your hands, make it worth it. Rather than teach him that you don't break somebody's eardrum, you ass. Okay? So in this realm, I think The Rock was the one who was wrong in regard to this. So I don't know what's going to happen with Cody, if he's going to even be there tonight. But I think it's going to be a good match, ultimately. But apparently the rumors are also that there are, I think, one or two more people that are supposed to go with The Rock and sell their soul, quote unquote, sell their soul to The Rock. So we'll have to see who they are. But before WrestleMania, it's like, I can't believe it. Like yesterday, there was like 70 something days left to WrestleMania. And now there's only like maybe 30 something. It's crazy how fast time goes by.
Yeah.
But I think what's going to happen is John's going to beat Cody for the belt. He's going to be 17-time world champion, which I don't approve of. I think Flair should still keep that title.
Right.
Yeah. And then I think because he and Randy are best friends, it probably would be a good idea for him to go out at the end of 25 to lose it to Randy. So because Randy's 15-time, so he could start building it up, a little bit. I just don't like it. I am a person of foundation, and Flair has a good foundation with wrestling. He may not be the best, nicest person in the world, but he was damn good at what he did. And he was 16-time, and I don't think that it should be taken away from him. I think some people should go down in history as what they've done. Okay.
Right.
Like Bruno should go down in history as the longest reigning world champion ever, even though they don't acknowledge that anymore, which I think really sucks, because he was champion for 8 years for the first time, and then he was champion for 4 years after that. So I think that some things are just better left alone. That's just how I feel. I know that has nothing to do with modern whatever. I know it has nothing to do with, nobody cares what you think, Carmela. I get that. I do. But I'm just saying what I think. And that's the end of that. So
yeah.
Then we have a thing where on AEW, Will Ospreay is supposed to be fighting Kyle Fletcher this Sunday on Revolution. Now, Revolution, all the pay-per-views can now be seen on Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you can automatically get the pay-per-views. However, they're still $50. I can't believe Amazon Prime agreed to this deal, but it's still going to charge $50 to see the pay-per-view. So I'm still not going to watch it. I thought it would have been something like Peacock. If you have a subscription, then you can just watch it for free. And then the sad part is that afterwards, like weeks later, you can watch it on Max, which I probably would do at that point. But anyway, Will Ospreay is going to go against Kyle Fletcher. Now I got Ryan and Kyle mixed up with Neil. Kyle Fletcher in a cage match. So this past Wednesday night, all of Don Callis' family came out and literally beat the living daylights out of Will Ospreay. Okay. They did one of those things where they did like a pile driver, almost like what Kevin Owens did to Sami Zayn, but they did it to him in a chair too. Like what they did. And he was like holding on. Apparently, he does have an old neck injury from years and years and years ago, a real one, and it just keeps coming back. So he has already been on a podcast. It's called Chris Von something. I can't think of his name, but anyway, and he said that he does have some old injuries, and he said that he doesn't really like to do some of the, like, he did a lot of crazy moves years ago, and he has to try to stop doing some of them now, even though he still does a lot. And it's funny because it's a shame he's only 31. He's already having effects of what he did years ago, Also, Tony Storm was at, by the way, everybody who said they wanted to go to see the Queen of the Ring, I'm still going to go. Just got to bear with me between work, the podcast, and I haven't been feeling that great. It's been tough, but I am going to definitely get together with you guys, and we're definitely going to go. I am not going to flake, okay? That'll be good. Jeannie, you can come with us if you want, by the way. Tony Storm is also in that movie. It's about Mildred Burke. But anyway, there was a premiere, and Tony Storm and Mariah May were there, and Mariah May beat up Tony Storm on the red carpet. Was something to see. Yeah, that was something to see. They did have a premiere, I believe, down south somewhere, and Mick Foley was there as well. So I would have loved to have been invited to the premiere, but, we ain't that popular yet. So one of these days, we'll get there. Also, we're going to talk about Cauliflower Alley Club again. We promised that we were going to talk about it every week. Jeannie, I'm running out of breath right now. You take over.
Well, Cauliflower Alley Club is this amazing organization. They help current and former wrestlers who have fallen on hard times, donate back to them and help them with whatever issue they might have. And anyone can become a member. Carm and I are now yearly members. Yearly subscriptions or memberships are $35 for the year. That's not $35 a month. It's $35 for the year. Or you can become a lifetime member for $400. And all proceeds go to helping former wrestlers, current referees, managers, ring announcers, whatever, if you're in the business, and, they vet everybody who files a claim, and they're very strict and very good with it. Some people fall on hard times due to medical issues or whatever. Maybe they need help paying their cell phone bill or their rent or their mortgage, whatever. And they do that. And it's a wonderful, and I have to tell you, I got a friend of ours to join, Christine. And so she's joined, and she's actually saying that she's up to go to Vegas as well.
Wow.
So, awesome. Yeah. So, we'll see.
I'm not 100% out yet. I'm not 100% out.
Okay? You're out.
Stop it, Jeannie. It costs a lot of money.
And I know, and that's why.
Well, maybe somebody really nice wants to pay for me to go. I'll go. You never know.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, all right. Thanks a lot. Happen. I know, we're not that popular yet.
Plus, to go, it's all the money that you're spending is going to an amazing cause.
It is.
So the event is in August 18th through the 21st in Las Vegas. I can't remember the name of the hotel.
Plaza.
And, there's dinners and banquets and seminars and meet and greets and all that stuff. And for the all the meet and greets, the dinners, it's $150. They're also doing a celebrity roast of Mick Foley. That's an additional charge. I'm not sure the price of that.
I think it's like 25. I'm not sure. I think.
No.
No?
I think it's more than that.
Okay.
But you could be right. I don't know. I honestly, seriously, Alzheimer's is kicking in. I don't know.
Hey, it could be
if
me,
I ever
honey.
knew the price.
I think it's not real high though.
And then yeah, just going around, and the hotel rooms, they're getting a discounted price of like $400 or $45.
I think it's
a
gonna
night.
be like, yeah, it's like reduced from like $100 and something, $200 to like nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, so, and the only other thing is if you know, go and want to buy these guys merch, and you know, but yeah, I think it's going to be a great time.
I think so too. The other thing is to remember, like Joel had said, like last week or something, it's like you walk down an area, an aisle or whatever, and like you got like maybe Baron von Raschke on one side, you got maybe Mick Foley on another side, you got Jimmy Hart next to you, you got like these wrestlers actually interact with the people. You don't have to pay these exorbitant amounts of money to meet these wrestlers. And you know, wrestlers, like Jeannie said, wrestlers have fallen on hard times. They really have. They're human, you know, just like everybody else. And it's important. When Rich Inkling was here the last time, he did share a few names of people that were helped. We don't need to reshare those names, but there are, you'd be surprised, and we found out through the grapevine a few other names. And it's sad because you don't realize that some of these people have actually fallen on this kind of hard time, you know?
Yeah. And I don't know if you saw this, but I saw a thing for Brian Knobs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, he's not in a good place, and I know there's a GoFundMe thing out for him. I have no idea if he's part of the Cauliflower Alley Club or not. But I know that he has some health issues. I won't get into it.
I think we reposted that. Did you? I know I did. Did you repost it?
What?
For Brian Knobs?
I might have.
I reposted it. He is destitute right now. As you know, they're trying to find a little rental cottage or a little rental house for them. You know, and when he was part of the Nasty Boys, you know, everybody liked him. They went to see him, Nasty Boy this, and they did a lot for people. Okay, that's what I'm saying. These people fall in hard times, just like we do, just like everybody does, and you know, can't make ends meet, and it's sad. Unfortunately, you have to remember the wrestlers today make bank. They really do.
Yeah.
And they have medical coverage, and they have vacation time and all that other stuff. Years ago, they didn't have any of that. They had
actually, all the health care or whatever, that's recent.
Yes.
That's only within the last couple of years.
Yep, you're right. So, yeah. But back then there was literally nothing. I mean, nothing. They had and at least back then, even a few years back, like you're saying, before the healthcare came, Vince paid for a lot of their surgeries. Vince paid for their families, their funerals. He did. In all fairness, as much of a jerk as he always was, he did take care of his people as far as that stuff went. Yeah. But back then, you know, like I said, these people, these poor guys and girls were starving, literally starving from day one. And it's sad. It's sad. And they're the ones who made wrestling what it is today. So if anybody from our Rasslin Radio listening group, you know, wants to go to Vegas, just let us know. Maybe we could put a trip together, and maybe we can all go. But also on the 17th, there's going to be a wrestling match. And the wrestling, it's an independent show, but the wrestling match is free. It's all included. So maybe, you know, maybe if you want to go, let us know. You can reach either Jeannie or myself at 316carmela@gmail.com. Or otherwise, you know where to reach us. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're all over the place. And 90 million people who know us know our phone number. So, you know, it's not an issue. But anyway, it's just something that we wanted to talk about. It's important to stress to people that, especially in this day and age when every single day seems to be getting harder and harder and harder,
Yeah.
it's important that we, try to help each other out. The wrestlers helped us out years ago by giving us a great show and by not having to pay so much money. And, and it's sad. It's very sad that these things happen. So whether you become a member, all right, there's tax. I think it's like 36.19. It turns out to be, but uh,
Yeah, PayPal
yeah, you
fee
go
or
through
whatever. Yeah.
PayPal or whatever, and becoming a member, a yearly member. You cannot, by the way, you cannot participate in the Cauliflower Alley Club events unless you are a member. So that's important
Correct.
to remember. So sign on, become a member, and then talk to us if you want to go, want to make it a trip. If not, just go yourself. I mean,
Or if you just want to, I mean, you can join, and then if you want to make a donation,
yeah,
if because you
absolutely,
can't go to Vegas or you can't, whatever, they accept all donations. They're not going to
yeah,
turn anything down, whether it's
yeah.
$10 or,
No,
$25
nothing gets turned down,
or
right?
whatever. So, you can always support that way as well.
Exactly. So anyway, that's enough right now about Cauliflower Alley. We're going to talk a little bit more about what's coming up on the 22nd. Am I right,
Yes.
Jeannie, of
Yes.
March? Let's do this. Go ahead.
Well, it's ECWA Super 8 tournament. This event is been going on for, how old am I? 57. So like 57 years. And it's like their WrestleMania show. They bring in guys, 8 guys, to come in and from all parts of the country. Some of their local guys, or guys that are in the ECWA are in it as well. But they come in, and these guys they only bring in the best of the best of the indie guys. It's always usually a really good show, and that's going to be on March 22nd, Saturday. And from what I understand, you, me, and Joel
We're all
are
going.
going. We're all
Yes,
going.
we're all going.
And yeah, so it should be their show. That the Super 8 show is the best show. Like I said, it's like their WrestleMania.
Right.
And so
And I don't think there's ever been a disappointing Super 8. I've seen a couple.
no,
I've seen a
no.
couple. If I'm not mistaken, Brian Danielson was part of a
Yes.
Super 8. A lot
Yes.
of the people, not a lot, but some of the people that are very popular today were part of this Super 8 at one time. So it wouldn't hurt you to go see it. We're
Yeah.
going
The
to
first
next week.
Super 8 I ever went to was 12 years ago, I think. And it was the most incredible thing I'd ever seen. And I'm going to butcher his name. Tomas Ciampa, he won it. And him
Yeah.
against Bay
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole. They were in the final, and they tore that place apart. It was incredible.
You know what? I
Incredible.
think I was at that one with you. If I'm not mistaken, I think I remember going to a couple of them.
Yeah, that one was at the Flyer Skate Zone in
Because Adam Cole
Voorhees.
said something not very nice to me. I remember that night. I wanted to punch him in the head. And now he's in AEW and he's doing really well. He
Yeah.
really is. Much as I don't like him, he's doing really well. Um, and just keep that in mind. Tommaso Ciampa, which in Italian it's actually pronounced Chiampa, but he pronounces it Ciampa. He was in it. Brian Danielson was in it. And this is where some of these people actually got their start. So that's
Yeah.
really good. And Ryan Kavanaugh is going to be on our show again. He was supposed to be on. We tried for what was it? The beginning of April, I think it was, right, Jeannie? The first week in April.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think he can make that week. So I told him because the 11th is going to be the Larry Winters tribute. So I told him maybe the week after that, the 17th, give or take. So we got to confirm it with him first.
Yeah.
The 18th. Okay. So he'll be on, and there's going to be a triple threat match at the May 3rd show through Ryan Kavanaugh. So hopefully we can have his guys come on and talk about that. And then what are we doing the 28th?
Well, the
28th?
Friday the 28th is
Right.
Super Crazy show, the next Super Crazy show in Gloucester City.
And we're going to that one too.
Yes, I'm going.
All right. I said we.
We'll see.
You know what? I hate everybody. I'm cutting you off right now.
No, but we're going to have we rescheduled DC Drake Don for the 27th. So that's Thursday, and he was sick last week with the flu.
Right.
So he should be all better.
Right.
By then. So, but yeah.
So and I heard from Denise tonight too. She got a new phone number, so I have to make sure I get a hold of that. So we're going to go to the Super Crazy. We're going to go and we're going to start hooking up a lot of those people to come to our podcast. As a matter of fact, they have a training school called Skid Row Academy, and Jeannie and I are going to make an appointment to go there and talk to their wrestlers, talk to them about the Cauliflower Alley, talk to them about what we do and what we'd like to continue doing. We'd like to sponsor them. At some point, we're going to just keep it going because this is something we enjoy doing. Right. So there's a lot coming up, and I am going to make every effort, Jeannie, to attend more shows. Okay. It's hard when you only have one car. Okay, Jeannie. So, but we're going to go. We're definitely going to go. And like I said, don't forget, let us know if you want to go to Vegas. Let us know, about the Queen of the Ring. We're going to do that too. And, we're trying really hard. We're trying really hard to get some stuff together where, the fans can be a part of things. And I think that that's important. We're going to talk a little bit now about May 3rd. Okay.
Yes.
We have a beautiful show coming up for May 3rd. If you've seen on Facebook, Jeannie and I keep reposting everything that they post, everything that Ryan Kavanaugh posts, everything that the other wrestlers post. Everybody's sharing, everybody's posting, everybody's, we can only post it so many times, but we keep on doing it. We are almost at 1,000 signatures.
Yes.
I don't know the exact amount. When Joel comes on, we'll ask him. But
well, he said he texted us at like 4:30 in the morning. Thank you very much.
And that's right. I usually get a call at 4:30 in the morning.
930 we have.
Yes, very good. So we need
930.
Well, actually, it's higher than that, I think now. But actually, we have whatever we have. Add one to that because Bay said that he's got the final signature already lined up. So we are higher than 130. And when Joel comes on, he's going to tell us exactly how high we are. And we will have a beautiful ceremony that night to, as they say, drop the banner, raise it first, then drop the banner. And, it's going to be a nice tribute to the people that are responsible for the TWA in Philadelphia. And that is Larry Winters, God rest his soul, probably one of the most important, in that 5-piece scenario. Joel Goodhart as well, because if it wasn't for Joel, there would be no TWA. Johnny Hotbody and Tony Stetson, who had some of the most amazing fights.
Yes.
And DC Drake, from what I understand, and Joel can correct me when he comes on, had also beautiful, great, amazing fights with Larry Winters.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's something to see. It's something that's going to be a great event. We have a ton of, I'm saying we like it's my show. It's not my show, but I'm saying we because of the whole group together. There's going to be a ton of wrestlers. God willing, if everything goes well, Jeannie and I are going to do the podcast live there, which means that as the wrestlers come in, Jeannie and I will be sitting together, and a wrestler hopefully will be sitting in between us, and we can get some questions in and maybe have more than a few wrestlers for about an hour or so. We're going to do that. And then the WrestleCon lasts from 12 to 3:30.
Yes.
12 to 3:30. And then after that is the show, which doors open. The bell rings at 7:30, if I'm not mistaken, right? Okay. And then Jeannie, the after party.
The after party. The only way to get in is if you bring your ticket stub for the show, not just the con, the show. And it's going to be at the DoubleTree by Hilton, down by the airport, the old Marriott, our old home away from home back
Oh
in the
yeah,
day.
our stomping ground.
And yeah, and they also have Joel set aside a block of rooms if and for anybody who wants to stay over. No drinking and driving. And yeah, so it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great day from morning till the following morning.
Did we get our room yet, Jeannie?
I'm doing that when I'm done the podcast.
Okay. I was just going to say, Jeannie,
I tried to do it online, and it would only get me a room with one king size bed, and I'm like, I need 2 doubles, so I have to call.
Okay. All right. So that's cool. We can do that. I mean, it'll be great. We're going to have a ball. Please keep in mind, again, Jeannie said it, you need the stub for the show. You can bring the stub for the con too, but that's not going to help. You need the stub for the show to get into the party. Okay. We're going to have a blast because the wrestlers are going to be staying there. So, I mean, 8 out of 10 of them are probably going to hang out at the bar anyway,
Right.
So we're going to have fun. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. I just want to make sure that everybody is aware that this is called one and done because that's what it is. It is one and done. It's a one-shot deal. It's Joel's last show. He has already said to me, once this is over, that's it. No more wrestling for him. But also it's an ending for a few more people. The Rock and Roll Express are going to be ending their wrestling career in the year 2025 at some point. Also, Ricky Morton's son will be there. He's doing very well from what we understand. Again, Joel can explain all that when he comes on. Also, Matt Boyd, who is Breaker Morant, is going to be fighting Chris Wilde, and that is Breaker's last final match. Tony Stetson will be going against Mike Tartaglia. That's his last match. And we have a major announcement that we have to repeat. You are looking right here at this co-host of mine. You are looking at Jeannie. Jeannie is
send them my way. Throw them out. Throw them out to me. I'm going to kick ass and throw them back in.
That's right, man. Jeannie is going to be the only female lumberjack. So therefore, she's going to be the Lumberjeannie. And I'm telling you right now, she scratches, she kicks, she bites. So anybody who gets thrown out on her side had better be very careful because they're going to get it, okay? Yeah. And I'll be watching to make sure that nobody touches her. If anybody hurts my girl, I will get you. And even
nobody's going to hurt me. Nobody's going to hurt me.
They better not.
I'm going to do the hurting.
Good.
I'm going to do the hurting.
Get them, because this is crap.
It's going to have to start lifting some weights and,
Just remember what you learned at Dominic's school. Stick a few flexes in there, Also, there's going to be a 10-bell salute for, if I'm not mistaken, at least 45 wrestlers who have been involved with Joel and also Joel and myself and Paul years ago who have passed away. So this is mostly TWA, but some people were involved in Seroma Promotions with us. So, excuse me. So without any further ado, I see a face down here at the bottom pointing at me and going thumbs up and down and, probably cursing at me while he's sitting there. So our special guest has not arrived yet, but we do have one of our guests here tonight. Also, Bay can't make it. I just wanted to let you know. We wanted Bay Ragney to be here tonight, but he can't make it. So we're going to keep a lookout for his recap shows at the end of Raw.
They're so good. They're so good. I listened to the one you did with him on Elimination Chamber.
I loved it.
It was good. It was very good. You guys were good together.
I'm going to do a couple with him. Also,
you and Gianni.
I wanted to say one more thing before we bring Joel out. I wanted to say thank you to Gianni. He sent me today the most amazing picture I literally had tears in my eyes. This was from Pittsburgh. Okay, it was at a picnic table with food on the table, all Italian food, and it was um, Ivan Koloff, with Bruno
Oh.
Sammartino standing behind him. Okay, with
Wow.
Ivan Koloff's wife, and on the other side of her was Dominic DeNucci. I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm gonna put it
Oh.
up on here. I don't have it saved yet. I just got it today, but maybe for next time, I'm gonna put it up. It was amazing.
Oh, I
And
have to say it.
also,
Yeah.
also, wait a minute, what's his name?
Who?
Donnie Allen. Oh my God, I almost forgot Donnie Allen. He sends me pictures, and he sent me a couple really pretty pictures, gorgeous pictures of Bruno and his mom, and oh, beautiful stuff. So
Oh.
I'm gonna download them, and we're gonna show them here. And also, I got to talk to Bay because I want to know how he brings pictures up while people are talking, like we are. So we
Yes.
can do that, and I want to bring up a bunch of pictures. So without any further ado, let's bring on the most controversial, the most opinionated, the most stubborn, the most pain in the butt I think I've ever met in my life, and my dear love,
Yes.
Joel.
You know, you
Yay.
look in the mirror. You've just could have looked in the mirror.
Shut up. All right, just shut up, okay? What's up, man?
All right. Well, first of all, before we say anything, you missed John Finnegan's last match is also,
I'm
Yes.
very sorry, John Finnegan. I apologize.
and I'll tell you, John has a record beyond belief. Someday I need to get him to write a book because the matches that he's been in over 30, 35, 40 years has just been unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
we're going to have him back eventually too, because he had some good stories to tell before, and he's going to, try. We're going to try and get him to tell more.
Yep.
But
Now, just some updates. 934 signatures.
Oh.
Wow,
934.
934. Okay, we don't need that many more. I mean, when you what, at 66, right?
Well,
Well,
65.
65 with the extra, right? Okay.
Who promised number 1,000. And what my goal, I'm going to try to get somebody to get in it before he does it so it becomes number 1,001. Just to piss him off.
Cool. No, not you, Joel. Not you. What do you think? This is our first year.
It's 52 weeks, and I got to tell you, you've gotten better as 52 weeks go on.
Thank you.
Now listen to your first or second show, and you watch your show now, you're much more comfortable in your own skin in terms of what you're doing. And it's phenomenal. Congratulations on 52 weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see you make it to 104. Okay.
We're going to do our best.
And I'll tell you, if you do it the right way, you'll be on here until the day you don't want to be on here anymore.
Well, I probably will be on here till the day I die, so that'll be the day I don't want to be on here anymore.
Then I'll watch more intently because it'll be the Jeannie show.
Then it'll be excuse me? I'll kick your ass. Get out of here. But I do want to make another announcement now that you're on with us. I was notified by a wonderful person. I'm very touched, very honored. I call him Mr. No Gimmicks, but I have been asked to be on Hannibal's podcast. I believe it's going to be April 3rd, I believe. It's 27 days away. I'm very excited. I'm going to do a countdown. I cannot wait. I've heard a lot about Mr. Hannibal. I've heard a lot about his podcast. I am, like I said, beyond honored, beyond happy. It's the first time my name has been mentioned in Canada. So I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm very happy. And I hope everybody listens. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And we're going to talk about the May show, of course.
Yeah.
We're going to
obviously going to be on the card on the May show against Super Crazy, the original Super Crazy. One thing I will tell you, when I did his show, 2-3 months ago, very professional.
Mm-hmm.
You tell that you're getting to his level. You're not there yet, but you're getting there.
Thank you.
And Hannibal puts on a great product. It's a great show. And one of the challenges that he had made to me and to Bay, again, a couple months ago, was to bring in Super Crazy and have him wrestle Super Crazy. He's
Mhm.
never wrestled at the 2300 arena. Okay. And so
Wow.
Bay actually put this match together, and he called it the No Gimmicks match, because the one thing that I was always known for is I was the king of the gimmicks match. I did a lot of gimmick matches in our shows, but the No Gimmicks match is just 101. We do have one from the north, Hannibal. We have one from the south, being Super Crazy, north and south, and should be a hell of a match. And it'd be interesting to see what he says. I have not talked to him in the last couple of months, so I'm curious how he's building and training up for that match.
And you have East and West, because you got Testa coming in from the West, and a lot of people that are already here in the East. So that's good. You have a huge terrain covered. You have it's almost, you have nationwide, really. It is nationwide. So
it's international.
Yeah,
international. Yep.
You really want to go
global. You're running global, Joel.
Yeah, if you really want to go east to west, you got Tessa from the west, and her opponent is coming from the east. She lives in Florida. So we've got people coming from north, south, east, and west. A name that some people,
and in between.
Yeah, and some people who are listening may actually know this name. Dr. Mike Lano, Lano, is coming in from California. He comes in for all the Japanese magazines. He does all for them, and he's actually going to be taking pictures for the Japanese magazines that are very interested in how this show is going. This is international in every sense of the word. What's more important than anything, international is great, north, south, east, and west is great. It's the fans of Philadelphia, and they're finally getting the recognition that they deserve, because this is where it all started.
Mm-hmm.
EW gets a lot of the credit, but fortunately the TWA was in place before them. One of the things I always talk about is Todd Gordon wrote the book called Todd is God. Well, if I founded Todd, what's that make me?
Right? Right? Yeah.
So the bottom line is a lot's going to happen that night. There's a lot of surprises. I'm still trying to figure out who Shane Douglas's partner is. It's pissing me off.
Still
me
nothing,
too.
Huh?
Me too.
And what's amazing, and if you've ever been a promoter, you'll understand what I'm saying on this one. I was told to bring a blank check for this. They wouldn't even tell me who to make the check payable to for the wrestler who's coming to the show.
Yeah, but how could you write out have a blank check if you don't even know what the fee is going to be?
I check to make sure that I have a check for this, whoever it is. All right.
Right, but how do you know how much money to have available?
Well, that I haven't figured out yet. And it's beginning to bother me because, again, I think I mentioned it last week. One of the things that they made a commitment, or that he made a commitment, Shane made a commitment to me on, was the person is not appearing at the WrestleCon.
Oh, wow.
So I'm trying to go down the list of the wrestlers that are not at the WrestleCon, and it's just, I have no clue who the special guest is. It's just driving me. And as a promoter, you get control of everything. You try to line up I have no idea who it is.
Honestly, I'm surprised that you agreed to that without knowing who it was.
It's funny. I agreed to it. In fact, Bay and I both agreed to it. We wanted to make this. We didn't want to advertise all 8 matches in its entirety. We were special guest referees. We haven't announced the order of the matches, but now this is the one. Whatever. Maybe I'm hoping we're going to be surprised. Those who will be in attendance will know if it's a surprise or not. You got to be there to see it.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I'll be honest with you. I went behind your back and I tried to schmooze it out of Bay, and he said to me, I don't even know. He said, there's no schmoozing here. I offered him chicken cutlets. He said that He didn't even know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we do not know. When I said I didn't lie to you, we do not know who the surprise guest is. We have no clue.
So like it could be somebody from an independent wrestler to somebody who carries a belt still to this day. I mean, you don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean,
Wow.
except for Shane saying that it's Team Extreme. The bottom line is, I don't have. There's no. He never gave us a hint. He didn't tell Bay a hint. It wasn't like he was working one against the other. Um, Again, he's not going to be at WrestleCon, so we know who's not on the list. Everybody else is theoretically available.
That's crazy. Well, if chicken cutlets didn't coax it out of Bay, then you know he really doesn't know.
Well,
I tried.
I do want to make one side note that has nothing to do with May 3rd. I was very proud. I had a wrestler who worked for me twice, not in any performing of in the ring, but doing luncheons for me. And Lex Luger was announced as a new Hall of Famer for the
Yeah.
WWE, and
And he's going to walk apparently on stage.
that he wants to walk. And needless to say, I have the same situations, although his was obviously been for years and years and years. And my goal is to walk my daughter's aisle when she gets married in September. He's going to walk. He's going to try to walk in April and walk up and receive that award.
Well,
That's
first of all,
awesome.
I have no doubt in my mind that you will walk Danielle down the aisle when she gets married. Okay, I have no doubt because you are a pain in the ass enough where you're that determined you're going to do it. Okay, and number two, I think that's wonderful with Lex Luger. He's been working with, if I'm not mistaken, Diamond Dallas Page,
Yeah.
Sure.
and so he has already stood up on his own,
Yep.
from what I hear, and that's like wonderful crazy or crazy wonderful because I think that's awesome. Um, and again, this is going to bring us back to Cauliflower Alley. This is not about Lex Luger. Has nothing to do with this particular reason I'm bringing up Cauliflower Alley. But um, I can't tell you how many people Diamond Dallas Page has helped
Yeah.
over the years, and some of them being a part of Cauliflower Alley. Joel, you're going to Cauliflower Alley in August, correct?
Yeah, this is actually my ninth convention.
Well, you know what? I think I think it's a wonderful thing. Rich Engling from Cauliflower Alley will be there at May 3rd. He has said to everybody here, and he's reiterated to me, anybody wants to go talk to him while he's here, ask any questions, sign up while he's here if you want to. I believe, Jeannie, you asked him if he was going to bring some pamphlets or paraphernalia about the Cauliflower Alley, and he
Yeah.
said yes. Okay. So the other thing is, there's going to be so many tables and so many people. You are going to spend, and 3 hours, I don't think is really enough for everybody to spend enough time seeing all the wrestlers that are going to be there, all the tables, our podcast, our other people's podcast. It's going to be a hectic whole day. It's going to be ridiculous. And if anybody wants to stay overnight, which we highly recommend, because like Jeannie said, please, there's no drinking and driving. If you're going to drink, please stay over. Joel has a block of rooms already put aside, and they're almost sold out from what we hear, right, Joel?
Yeah, it's funny. I've been trying to get back in touch with the Marriott or the DoubleTree, and try to see if I can get that expanded block of rooms, more rooms, and they haven't called me back yet, so I don't know what that means. But I will tell you, you got to be there, literally afternoon, evening, and then come to the after party afterwards. We'll have a great time all day. We're going to have somewhere between 50 and 60 wrestlers in attendance between WrestleCon and the show One and Done. At WrestleCon, we have a number of wrestlers who are going to be there only for that. Sabu is coming in just for the WrestleCon. Ric Flair, of course,
Okay.
for the WrestleCon. Baby Doll is coming in for just the WrestleCon. Missy Hyde is coming in for just the WrestleCon. So, and we've got others. And the bottom line is, if you want to get back to the 80s and early 90s, When you walk into this building, you're going to see it all. It's all going to think about this one. In the building in one day, we've got Ric Flair, former NWA champ. We have Tommy Rich, former NWA champ. We got Shane Douglas, former NWA champ, all in the same building, the same day. Okay. And we've got, it's just unbelievable. We've got the Memphis Mafia, the remaining members of Memphis Mafia in the building. We've got Shane Douglas from me. And there's about 12 people who are going to be in attendance from ECW. Okay.
Wow.
If you keep watching Facebook, you see all the names keep popping up. It's going to be phenomenal. And I'm telling you, you need to go. It's the whole day. Cross off the calendar. Actually, it's the whole weekend because on Sunday, you're just going to lay in bed. All right.
I told you I'm already taking days off. You have to excuse me 1 minute. You keep talking. Our guest never got the link for the show, so I'm sending it to him right now.
Okay. All right. Well, and Manny Fernandez, talk about the link. Manny Fernandez is going to be there as a special guest referee.
That's crazy.
One of the things, that match we're going to have the Rock and Roll Express with Kerry Morton going up against the Backseat Boys, the local group, with Johnny Kashmere, their manager, also getting in the ring. So it's going to be a 6-man tag. And we needed to get a special guest referee for that who's going to keep the peace. And Manny Fernandez, unfortunately, he lost the coin toss. And he's Yep.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good match. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for all of them, actually. And a lot of, and I think I said this last week, but it's the God's honest truth. Those days were the best time of my life.
They were.
And that time in wrestling, local wrestling, was the best. And we all know, TWA ended, turned into Extreme Championship Wrestling, which turned into ECW, blah, 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 blah. But it all started with Joel.
Yep.
And those 4 other guys.
Yep.
And to
Jeannie, hold on 1 second. Jeannie, hold on. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but our guest is here and he's talking to me. He's talking to me, so I want to not bring him on. When I bring him back on, you can finish talking. I apologize. All right. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 52nd show, our first year. Manny Fernandez. There he is.
Hey.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I don't see him anywhere.
Oh, I see him right there. You are our guest.
How you all doing?
1 year. 1 year, Manny. 1 year with you as our guest.
Oh, all you beautiful ladies. No, I'm talking to Joe. Sorry, Joe. How you beautiful ladies doing? Get a haircut,
doing
Joe.
Good.
We're doing better now that you're here.
That's good. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. So hold on a second. Jeannie, you were talking about the old days. Manny, you can jump in here whenever you want. Go ahead, Jeannie.
No, I was just saying that
What's
time,
that?
late 80s, early 90s, was just the best times of my life. And the wrestling that was in our area was the best. And it's going to be so emotional for me because these guys deserve, and Joel, I'm including you in this, the closure. And for all of the fans who enjoyed everything that you've done for us, to bring closure and bring, of that time, because you guys did start it all. You did start it all. And it's I'm going to be a hot mess that day. I'm just telling you, I'm going to be crying and it's just going to be so emotional for me because these guys deserve the tribute. They deserve the banner. They deserve, all the guys, the 10 bell salute. It's so needed and warranted. And if you've were ever at any of the shows, any of the Bar War shows, or, go and pay tribute. Say thank you. Go, because it was the best. It was the best.
let me get in for a second.
Sure.
Of
You know,
course.
when I played football, West Texas State, there was a group of guys there at Amarillo Wrestling, and they were big West Texas State sponsors or boosters, whatever you want to call them. The first time I laid eyes on these guys, I thought they were a joke. Later on, when I got involved with them and got to know them personally, while I was still playing football, I realized the profession they were in was a sacred thing. It was a cherished, respected, and guarded with a capital G business that was respected by men that put their lives on the line for one another. And that reminds me of my service to my country. That's why I
Exactly.
got close to these guys. Because, right now we're going through a lot of struggle. I got mental health appointments being canceled because that idiot draft dodging piece of crap is cutting the VA funding, and I'm losing some stuff, and
Yeah, there's a
draft
lot of
dodging
stuff
Colin.
being cut. There's a lot of stuff being cut, Manny.
Yeah, but the VA, he promised not to
Yeah.
touch the veterans, you know. There's a lot of veterans, I I was very fortunate that people like Terry Funk and Dick Murdoch and all Dory and all them people, Blackjack Mulligan, and guys that people don't hear about like Dennis Stamp and Larry Lane,
Right.
guys, Ricky Romero, guys that were fantastic old school guys that would take a young guy under his wing that was just coming in green as Dookie, as horse Dookie, and just spend time with him to show him what a beautiful and respected profession they were turning me on to, educating me to. So I hold that, I published, Terry Funk, before he passed away, wrote a letter to me. I wrote a letter to everybody, put it online. And I sent it to a good friend of mine named Bull James. Joel, do you know Bull James?
No, no.
No. Well, Bull James, is a great guy. Works with Homicide. I know you know Homicide.
Yeah.
And I'm coming up there in a couple of weeks for his retirement. Well, I hope he's not watching this, to present him with his retirement Hall of Fame pack.
Oh
Because
wow.
I mentored Homicide. And
Wait a minute. When is that?
it's March 20th.
You're coming
March
up
20th.
here?
I'm coming up to New Brooklyn.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, I'm coming up to Brooklyn for Homicide. Thanks to Bull James calling and telling me we need to
Aw.
have you. That's a great honor because, I passed a lot of the Terry Funk and Dick Murdoch and all the old school stuff on to Homicide. And he's
Mhm.
always cherished that. But just, I got this trouble because I'm going through a little hassle with the VA saying, well, we might not be able to see you again for 3 more months. I'm like, wow, that's unbelievable.
That's not
You know,
right. That's
that's not
definitely not
right.
right.
So that, and it's just thing. I had another podcast, girls podcast, to a mother-daughter team that wanted me to do a thing, and they got all this. So maybe I'm getting off track with you guys, but I enjoy. I respect people like Joel because he had the same. What I noticed from the Funks when they ran Amarillo is how they ran their business and how they took care of the business. And when
Mhm.
I worked with Joel, that's what I noticed with Joel. Joel was the same way. So I've always had that old school, being brought up with those kind of people, that sticks with you for the rest of your life.
It
You
does.
never lose that. You never lose that. That respect. Went
Oh,
offline.
oh,
We went offline for a minute.
That's all
That,
right.
that,
It's okay.
that respect that they give you and that respect that they teach you when we used to drive everywhere on the road. We had that old saying, brothers of the road share the same load. We took
Oh
care of
yeah.
one another. We took care of one another. We
Yep.
always knew when each other were on the road. If something happened, we rushed back to take care of our brother, make sure that everybody got home safely to their families. If something happened, we were there to take care of each other, help each other. And this is like I was talking to Bull James earlier, and he said, that's not like that anymore, man. It's just
No.
everybody for themselves. Everybody's a superstar. You know, So it's
It
kind of
used to
hard to
be.
deal with.
It used to be no one left behind.
No, yeah,
Now it doesn't matter. Yeah, now it doesn't matter because everybody's out for themselves and that's it.
yeah.
And it's shitty.
I do
And
want, want to say,
that's why we have this podcast. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Joel.
want to say,
That's why I don't. There's very few people I even stay in touch with in the profession. Of course, Ricky Morton's one because we started together and we spent 40 years of our life beating up each other. And
Wow.
I've always liked Ricky and Robert. Those are people, but outside of those people, I've lost all my friends that I respected. Murdoch's gone, Mulligan's gone, Terry's gone. Dory's still around, but he's not really around,
Yeah.
He's not really around. Dennis Stamp left. There's the people that brought me into business that I had so much great respect for and communication with are gone. So I don't really get involved with it. I watch your podcast when you send it to me, but I don't really get involved with it. I don't know. I even had people that call me and tell me, hey, you're going to go to the convention, this. So why would I go to a convention when there's people there I've never heard of, never know? Because I don't watch wrestling. Never have. Never will. So I don't know a lot of these people. I hear a lot, I knew a family, Chavo Guerrero Jr., when he started because he was part of the family that started me here when Chavo Guerrero Sr. was my wrestling coach in high school.
Wow.
So, of course I knew the Guerrero family. I grew up with him. I grew up with Hector.
Yeah.
He wrestled, I wrestled, we all wrestled amateur and stuff. But those are the people, and, even with Hector and Denny Brown, and I love Denny Brown, we don't have that close communication like when we're on the road together. He's got his
No.
own life over there in Florida. I got mine here. I got my struggles and stuff. And I really, 2 months ago, I got me my new service dog in training, my little Poochie.
Oh,
Oh,
He's in
you
training to
have
be
a
a
service dog?
and he's the twin of my dog that passed away, my service dog that passed away.
Oh,
Reggie passed away, and Bowie and him are twins, identical twins.
when do you get him? When are you going to
I
get
got
him?
him 2 months ago. He's 6 months now.
Oh,
I got him in January, February, March. Yeah, he's about almost a little over, almost 6 months.
do you have him with you in the house now?
Yeah, he's running around here eating everything. He's got all
Oh,
of Reggie's toys. I got him all of Reggie's toys. Reggie had a ton of toys. Bowie, come here, Bowie. He's a brother. Say hi, Bowie. And say hi, Bowie. Say hi, Bowie.
oh my God, the
Yeah,
oh,
puppy.
Bowie.
oh,
I'm in love.
Yeah,
I'm in
Bowie.
oh,
love.
Good boy.
oh.
That puppy breath.
Oh.
He's not at all.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
great. Are you bringing him with you?
Yeah, he's gonna come. Yeah, he's gonna be in training. He got his papers this week. Starts training. I
Oh,
got to put his training pad on. But yeah, he's been wonderful. He's a little
oh,
turd.
oh,
It's
that's
okay,
great.
Papa.
That's
Yeah.
great. I'm
So I
so
got me a
happy
new
for
little
you.
buddy.
That's
Thank
wonderful.
you guys.
But we were
So,
talking about how does it feel? How does it feel being a referee when you come up to the show?
hey Joe, can I beat the heck out of Ricky?
well, when I put this match together, and Bay and I went over it and figuring out what's a great role for Manny, and we thought this 6-man tag would be the perfect place. When I informed that Manny Fernandez was the special guest referee for his match, Ricky jumping up and down. He was so excited.
Oh,
I didn't get the link, and then Ricky told me that he and Manny lived together for 40 years on the road. So,
yeah.
Yep.
so now what I need to do is I got to sit down with Manny when he gets here, and I need to be a referee. Okay, otherwise it becomes a 4-man tag versus a 3-man tag. Manny got to play right. But I want to say this before we get off on any tangent. One of the things that Manny just mentioned is that he respected me and what we did. Now, I went down the list of the wrestlers I put him against. And I'm talking Abdul the Butcher. I'm talking Nikita Koloff. I'm talking Wahoo McDaniel, et cetera, et cetera. Manny, I apologize for putting you against those guys. every Manny was getting his ass kicked, and he kicked their ass. The 3 matches that Manny had against Wahoo McDaniel, I still talk about those matches, and those happened in 87, 88. So it's 35 years later, 36 years later. Still talking about those matches. They were just phenomenal. Manny Fernandez is a cream of the crop. He's a true professional. And another quick story. One time, Manny had the opportunity of getting double booked. And I was always of the opinion, I'm not going to stand in anybody's way of making a living. So he had a show up in North Jersey or New York or somewhere. And he said to me, would you mind, you have me at night, would you mind if they have an afternoon show, if I could wrestle on the card? I said, sure, no problem. I don't need you hanging around just waiting for the show. Well, anyway, long story short, I was trying to get Manny to be the first match on the card so that he could get down to my show. Well, Manny Fernandez is a man of, I don't care where you go. And so Manny got in one of the last matches on the card. And as he was driving down to the Civic Center, Manny Fernandez changed in the car, got dressed in the car. It was Abdul against Manny, and he didn't get there on time. So Cactus Jack runs out to just time until Manny gets ready. He was close. Cactus Jack got his ass whooped. He was like videos. It's unbelievable. Abby into the corner, and then Manny comes out. Manny picks up where he left off, and Manny and he just had a brawl all over the building. I'm talking all over the building.
Unbelievable.
Joe, do you remember? I got to tell you something that happened that night. Remember when Eric Sims pissed off Abby? Eric Sims was there selling gimmicks.
Yeah, you're breaking up. I heard the
name. Eric Sims was there, and he had pissed off Abby. He did something to Abby, and Eric Sims was selling all his gimmicks at a table. And during the match, Abby tells me, I'm going to shit can you out of the ring. You go by Eric Sims, and I'm going to destroy his table. and Abby destroyed his table, and Eric Sims was so mad, he forgot that he was trying to hit Abby, and he forgot that Abby carried a blade in every finger, and he just went to town on Eric Sims.
Oh my God, that was funny.
I was laughing my butt out, boy. I told Eric Sims, I told
you. Keep wrestling, Manny.
What's that?
I said, how did you keep wrestling like that when you were ready to laugh?
I was laughing. And some things you just can't hold back. Some things you just can't hold back. Because I was watching Eric Sims trying to hit Abby, and Abby was gigging him.
Oh my God, that is too funny. That is too funny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to miss that. I really am. That is too funny.
So weird.
Go ahead, honey.
Yeah, we had great times at Joel's show. Joel had some great shows. Put me in there. Of course, he always put it, wow, to kick my butt. And I'll tell you what, I used to say, they used to go 50-50 match, right? Yeah, right. It was 90-10. I got my butt whipped for 90.
Wazoo was nobody to play with either, though, right?
No. That was one in India.
He what? Say that again?
You pissed off.
He was somebody that you don't mess around with.
Nope. He didn't touch Wow.
No.
Nope. He didn't touch him.
No. Well, he was bad. He didn't care who you were.
No.
Yep.
He didn't fear anybody. He didn't fear anybody.
No, and I know that much about him. That's for sure. That's crazy. But you got to promise us, Manny, you're not going to beat up a little Ricky Morton when you come up here.
Hey, Joe, you get mad at me if I stretch Ricky?
Well, probably. And also with Ricky is Curry Morton, his son. And unfortunately, I think because of our ages, Curry could beat the living hell out of all of us.
Carrie
Well, my
is a
money's
wonderful.
on Manny. My money's on Manny.
Carrie is a wonderful kid. I've known Carrie since he was about 6 years old. He used to jump up in the ring like a little clown, jump up, and I would play with him. I had so much fun
Aw.
with Carrie when he was little. I've known Carrie
Aw.
since he was 6 years old, man. We used to jump in the ring and fool around and have fun. He was a great kid. He's a great kid to this day. I love
Well,
that kid.
how long has it been since you've seen Kerry?
Oh, we were on a show together, oh God, about 5 years ago. And somebody said something to me. And I turned around and said, "What'd you say to me?" You know, got in his face. And Carrie goes, "Yeah, my dad's right. You'll never change."
I gotta tell you,
Oh, that's funny.
honestly, Manny, I have to be honest. You're one of the few wrestlers that I never met in person, and
Oh, wow.
you used to scare me. This is going to be the first time we're going to meet on May 3rd. How about
Oh,
that?
wow.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's
yeah,
a good
and you
deal.
know what? And I got to tell you honestly, and Joel and Jeannie can vouch for me here. I don't want you to ever get mad at me because if I text you or send you something, I'm like, "Oh, I love you, honey," and because I don't mean any disrespect by that. I say that because I genuinely, feel kind towards you, and I want us to be friends. And Joe gets mad when I say it to him. If I call him honey, he's like, "Shut up." He yells at me all the time, Manny. Right?
That doesn't bother me anymore. I just like I was telling you the other day, I don't think about those things. I go to church 7 days a week, pray for people. Pray
God
for
bless
people, you know. Yeah,
Wow, you go to work. You go to church 7 days a week. All right, Manny, we lost you a minute. All right, there you go. You're back again. Go ahead. Now say that again.
Catholic masses every day.
Every day.
We're going down a dust storm, and it's so bad that the cars are.
Wait a minute. Did you say you have a storm there? A dust storm? Oh, wow. I thought he said a dust storm. It sounded like, anyway. Something happened. Well, I'm sorry. We lost him for a little bit. Hopefully he'll come back. But anyway, he's excited as hell, Joel, to come up here.
Interesting. I'm old school. When you have a guest referee, you kind of we put him in there originally to keep the peace. Well,
yeah, that's not going to happen.
Like the Backseat Boys and Johnny Cashmere have an uphill climb because it sounds to me he and Ricky have been together for 40 years. He's known Curry since he's been a little boy at the age of 6, I think he said.
Yep, he said
Plus,
6.
Fight with Robert. The one thing I will tell you, I happened to watch a video today that's on YouTube of the Rock and Roll Express against the Midnight Express in the Philadelphia Civic Center. All right. And when you watch the video, you realize that those were the heydays, no question about it, wrestling, that you can watch whatever you're watching today. It doesn't even come close. And the other thing that's on YouTube that I never realized until I actually saw it, I think it was yesterday, there's a video of the Midnight Express against the Tully and Arn. And it was for the title. And the Midnight Express win the title. And it was at the Philadelphia Civic Center. And if you had to name the ring announcer for that match, who was it?
I lost you.
I announced the new champion. I was the ring all night. Tommy Young came over, told me what to announce, and I announced the new champion. I haven't seen myself doing that.
Wow. Oh, I got to look that up.
Yeah, I am too.
The building was sold out. The place
Awesome.
popped. If you watch it, when I announced that it was the Midnight Express that won the belts, the place just exploded.
Very
Well,
cool.
the Backseat Boys and Johnny Cashmere are heels. So
They're
if
heels, but Manny's going to. this
but
is
yeah, so Manny can actually, if he's still got beef with Ricky, he can join forces with the Backseat Boys and Johnny.
We're talking about
There he
Manny.
Hey,
We're
I just
talking
got
about
cut off.
you.
I know, but I just got cut off because the storm is real bad here. It's knocking. They
I
even
heard you
showed
say
it.
something about a storm.
Yeah, the dust storm for the last 3 days. They even showed a trampoline flying through the air.
whoa.
Wow.
Oh my God. Where are you that you have dust storms?
El Paso, Texas, in Windy City.
Oh
It's
my
in the middle of the
God.
damn desert. Nothing but dust and damn desert. It's where I was born. I thought I wanted to come back here, enjoy it, but heck no, I want to get the heck out of here now.
Come up
Too
here.
many dust
Come up
storms.
here with us. Come and stay up here with us.
I was up in Altoona. And Altoona, was it Altoona I lived in for a while? For about a
Yeah.
year. Yeah, so I loved it up there. Yeah,
Well, why don't you come back to Altoona and we'll come visit you? Yeah, this storm is bad. We can't. He's really getting clogged up here.
Yeah.
Poor Manny. I love this man, and it's a shame he can't even talk to us.
I know.
Well,
He's trying.
we can go.
Oh, you're coming in and out again, honey. Can you hear me? I'm sure you can hear me, but yeah, it's not going to work.
I don't know if you can hear us, Manny, or not, but if not, just know that everybody is so excited to see you on May 3rd at the con and at the matches and Ruffin, and you are so beloved.
You
up
are
here.
truly, you are truly loved up here.
Seriously.
Yep. And if you ever want to come up this way again to live, okay, you come back to Altoona, we will come visit you. We'll have a great time. And you can come visit us. Get out of Texas. Come back up here.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, ladies. This is bad.
It's okay.
I'll tell you what, we're gonna reschedule you anyway. I want you to come back. We're gonna reschedule you. And I'm so sorry this is happening because you have a terrible storm going on down there. And of course that's understandable. But just know, and I'm gonna send you this podcast like I do every week anyway. So when we do, we want you to know that we love you. And what? We can't wait to see you. We love you. We can't wait for you to come up here. I know that whole show is going to be made extra special, wonderful, because you're going to be a part of it.
Yes, absolutely.
Poor Manny. I love Manny. I do. But we'll pop him in when he can come in. So go ahead, Joel. Yeah. You were saying?
No, I don't remember what the heck I was saying. All I can tell you is by Manny being on the card, it takes this show and goes to another level.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. 100.
The people who followed the sport back in the late 80s and early 90s know that Manny Fernandez was, if not one, maybe one of 5 main eventers that if they were on the card, it was him, it was Abdul the Butcher, it was Terry Funk. When we had them on the shows, everybody knew that they were going to get their money's worth.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And what was amazing is back in the day, the old philosophy was if you were the main eventer, your job was basically done before the show started. It was just putting your name up as you. No, these guys gave you their all. When they went back into the dressing room, they were exhausted.
Yeah.
And the one thing that the TWA stars learned from the Manny Fernandez of the world is how to not only wrestle and pace yourself, because Manny used to do this for us on Saturday, go somewhere else and do it on Sunday, go somewhere else and do it on Monday. These guys did it 7 days a week. And I think told you before when he wrestled Wahoo for me in 3 shows, and they did a Saturday, Sunday, a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon,
Right.
and they beat the living shit out of each other. How they got up and they went out to eat afterward, it's unbelievable to me. But one thing that you learn is when you're a professional, you care about the product which is in the ring. When he used to wrestle Abdul at the Philadelphia Civic Center, the match was, I don't know, 1/4 of the match was in the ring and 3/4 of the match was up on the stage where the equipment. Oh my God, we almost lost equipment a couple of times. And Manny Abdullah, I always said that everywhere in our building, somebody had a front row seat at some point during the show.
Oh, absolutely. Right. I believe that wholeheartedly.
And Manny and Abby gave it to him. That was unbelievable. Yep. God bless Manny.
I saw Manny wrestle a lot in person and on TV. Like I said, I feel terrible that I never met him, but he was seriously and still is to me an amazing performer, amazing wrestler, amazing whatever you want to call it. But the beautiful thing about these older people and the beautiful thing about the old school is that they actually really, really cared about the fans. And that's the thing that they don't have today. Today, they talk about the WWE universe. They talk about, but they don't care about the fans. They care about the money, the income, the level. Back then, these guys lived for these people. They lived for the fans. They lived for the cheer. They lived for the meeting. They lived for the knowledge that they would give and that they would get from each other. And they lived for the cheering, for the pleasing the fans. That's what it was all about. And,
or the booze, if they were bad.
Yeah, the booze. You're right, Jeannie.
Because the booze is like applause to the heels.
Yep, to them, exactly. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. And that's what I think when Jeannie and I go talk to some of these schools, that's what we want to really enforce, what it was like and what they need. Like when I went to see that Super Crazy show with Jeannie that one time, it was just like that. Like you could see that they were like putting their all into it and that they really fed off of what the fans said. Like they fed off of the fact that the fans were like, they interacted with the fans. The wrestlers today don't really do that. Like they really don't. And I think that that's wrong. And like when Manny was telling us the time that one of the times he wrestled Ricky Morton, how, like you said, pacing himself, like during the match, he told us he used to tell Ricky, all right, go to sleep for a little while and sit there and put the hold on real tight and leave it there. And then every once in a while, he'd say, all right, wake up. And then he'd get up and the people would go crazy. He'd go back down. All right, take a rest for a while. Go back to sleep, But that's the way it used to be. I mean, it used to be where there was a camaraderie, but you had a job to do. It wasn't like today. It wasn't that, it's a performance. It's fake this, fake that. It's ridiculous. Like the other day, I have to say this. I watched a video of Jey Uso coming to the arena with Bronson Reed, not Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker. Okay, I keep confusing their names. Anyway, they were driving together. They got out of the car, and and it's a shame because the fans are nuts. Like years ago, you used to be able to run down and see the wrestlers. Now they make sure nobody gets near them. So they got out of their car. Braun Breaker was laughing, didn't look at the fans at all. Jey Uso, got all his stuff out, didn't look at the fans, didn't say a thing until the very end when he walked past, and all he did was go. He yeeted one time. And the people were like frothing at the mouth. Oh my God, Jey, oh my God, Jey, yeet, yeet, yeet. How are you going to be like that? Well, how are you going to be like that?
All right, one of the things that I keep saying, they're not wrestlers. They are whatever they call themselves these days. But
they're performers.
Performers. They're not wrestlers. And what you're trying to do is put the old school wrestler in the new school performer, and it doesn't work.
No, you're right.
There's no question they do the moves. There's no question that they're athletic. But they are not professional wrestlers. And, it's weird. people think I'm crazy when I say this. I have not been to a WWE, WWF card. It's got to be 30 years, okay? And when WrestleMania was in Philadelphia, I made sure that I couldn't even go to the shows. I didn't go to the shows. I didn't go to the parties. I had my own shows at the Pittman in New Jersey, at the Broadway Theater in Pittman. I was busy, and I made sure of that because to me, when they come to the city, it's kind of like a concert at the Wells Fargo of music I don't like. Okay, I don't understand how people follow the WWE, follow the AEW, follow the TNA, they're following them all. Okay, and they're all
But
different.
that's because that's all they have.
Well,
they don't know what it was like years ago. That's the problem.
Well, I know, but there's some matches that come off that are close to it. It's just they don't understand, and I get that they don't understand the old stuff. But how people who watch the old stuff, how they can watch the new stuff is it's beyond. I know you always tell me you love the AEW. I don't get it. You love
here's
the
thing.
Stuff for 20 years. It's just I just don't get it personally.
All right, here's the thing. Like you said, okay, the old stuff doesn't exist anymore. So between the WWE and the AEW and the TNA and all that, the closest thing that I think there is to better wrestling is the AEW. I know a lot of people don't agree, and that's okay. All right. But I still watch all of it. I know most people don't, but I'm not going to be a podcaster if I don't still watch all of it. I've got to be able to be on top of things, but I don't like it either. I really don't. I miss the old stuff, but that's never going to come back.
I mean, look, I'm into this because of the Lumbergenie. Okay, I'm into it because of the Lumbergenie.
Go ahead, Joel. Do the Lumbergenie, the whole thing. Go ahead, do it.
Now,
listen, if it's anything like what you said to me on my lunch break, Joel called me a 3-way call with Carmela, and oh my God, I'm like, all right, what are you smoking? Because no.
Hey, you want to put it out for a vote?
No. Well, you can do whatever you want. But I have final say on if my clothes stay on or not.
Okay. Well,
just saying. There could be a million votes saying, yeah, do it. And guess what?
Yeah, but Jeannie, you know that you can still fit into that damn outfit. I got to find it somewhere. Even if you just put it on once so we can see it, I'm telling you can still fit into that.
First
you
of all,
are still built exactly the way you were built.
For a Halloween party, some Halloween event you guys had, and we went in costume, and that's what I had, and that was it.
I have pictures. I'm going to put the picture.
I have a picture too. Yeah, I have a picture
you and Celeste. Yeah, and she looks stunning, and she still would look stunning. This girl looks exactly the same as she did 30 years ago.
Trust me, I don't. 57 years old. Nobody wants to see a 57-year-old in a French maid costume.
I think you'd still fit in it. I think it would still look beautiful.
I think I would, but I would look horrible.
No, you still fit in it. It would still be beautiful. So shut up. But anyway, you're going to be the only woman lumberjacker.
Well, I said before Joel came on, I'm like, I'm going to start pumping. The guys need to, throw them out to me, and they're going to get their ass kicked. They are.
You hear that, everybody?
They're going to get their ass kicked.
Everybody throw it out to Jeannie.
Yep.
And what are you going to do to Mike?
I'm going to kick his ass.
No, what are you going to do to Mike? Come on.
We're going to leave that as a surprise for Mike.
Okay. That I want to see. I want to see you grab his hair. That's what I want to see. I do. It's ridiculous, but it's funny as hell. It's going to be funny as hell, and I'm going to have a blast. So, Joel, how excited are you for the show?
I am. I'm excited. I'm apprehensive as the days keep getting closer and closer and closer. May 3rd is going to be unbelievable. It's going to be my entire life flashing before my eyes. Okay, and what's going to be amazing to me, and I know this sounds crazy, but I had DC Drake at my house when we had the luncheon over here. I had Johnny Hotbody at my house. I had Tony Stetson here. but Larry Winters was not represented here that day.
Right.
And now that we're going to have Colin at least coming to the event, and having Colin Winters, DC Drake, Larry, Johnny Hotbody, and Tony Stetson, and myself, when they drop the covering of the banner, and we look at that banner and the spotlight is on the banner, it will be the culmination of a career in wrestling. The book is supposedly went to print. I think it's yesterday. Went to print yesterday. We Wrestle, We Brawl. We started it all. The title got to us from Johnny Hotbody because we changed it around a little bit when Johnny brought it up at the lunch. I think everybody was there when he said it. And I got to tell you, when I, in reading the book, let me change that. Scott Teal, who was the ghostwriter, is the one who said he has read the book in its entirety, because I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, when he says, you know what, you had a hell of a career. And you know what I'm hoping is that when this show is over, that everybody that went to the TWA back in the 80s and 90s says, you want to know something? He accomplished something. And I think, you know, the story that we eventually got to the ECW, I had nothing to do with that. That was all Todd Gordon. But the fact that we started, we ignited it, we got it going in the city of Philadelphia. And now, as I announced last week, the NWA has their Crockett Cup coming to our building, 2 weeks after me. And then 2 weeks after that, Battleground Championship Wrestling has got their show. We're bringing wrestling back to Philly. And I'm hoping that even the people who follow today's wrestling can get to the matches and see what it was all about back in the day.
There you go. Anybody who wants to see that.
Yeah, and pay tribute to you and all the guys who were involved in it. And, you know, just to honor you guys, because what you guys did was incredible. It really, really was incredible. And I have no problem, you know, paying for a ticket to go see and to honor these guys. It's just, it's an honor for me to be able to do that and to support these guys.
And it's an honor that you're coming to the show. I know that you and Carm were one of the first people to buy tickets. It's an honor that you're coming to the show. What's scary to me, and this goes back to what Carm had asked, what's scary to me is at the end of the night, at the after party, I know I'll be exhausted, but at the after party, I want people to come up smiling. Okay. And if they smile, and in hindsight, look, in hindsight, if people smile because of this show and people smile because of what we did here 35 years ago, what more can you say? I mean, what more can you say? Manny FERNANDEZ kind of capsulized it. He's a professional. Okay. He respected me, excuse me, and I respected him. And every time I used to call Manny, and I'd say, Manny, I got a show coming up. Here's the date. And he never even asked me who he was in the ring with, because he knew I wasn't going to put him in with somebody. When he finally came up and heard about the 3 matches against Wahoo, he wanted to kill me myself. Okay. He said, I'm going to work for every penny I'm getting paid on this one. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody from Ric Flair. Keep in mind, Ric Flair has never been in a TWA ring. Okay, ever. I tried, and he won't be in the TWA ring this time. As much as I wanted him to stick around for the ring, he's got an early flight out. He's not going to be here for the match. He's only going to be here for WrestleCon. I'm telling you, you're going to be able to get your pictures taken with Manny FERNANDEZ if you choose. Okay, and I mean, there's going to be a cost to get in the ring and all this. The bottom line is, for the WrestleCon, bring your credit cards, bring your cash, because you're going to be there for 3.5 hours. And if you want some great pictures that you'll never get again, I mean, think about this one. Even Manny FERNANDEZ, Manny is 70 years old. Manny is driving up from Texas because he has a service dog with him. Okay. He's not flying. He's driving up. He's coming here to Philadelphia. He's coming here to see Carmela. He's coming here to be at the show. And the bottom line is he may never, I don't know, he may never come back to Philly. So you might have the last opportunity to get your picture taken with Manny Fernandez.
I got news for you. I'm going to have my picture taken with Manny Fernandez.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Yeah. By the way, I just wanted to let you know, he just texted me when you were talking, Joel, and I had my head down. He said to say he's very sorry, but the storm did get worse, and he asked if we could reschedule. And of course, I said yes. Manny Fernandez, how can you not reschedule? I mean, come on. Manny, you are welcome here anytime, any day, any night, any evening, any morning, any. And if you do leave Texas and you come this way, you have got friends here for life. Okay, I'm just telling you that much right now. You may see so much of us, you may get tired, and you may want to go back to Texas. But I think it'll be great. I am looking forward to the show for multiple reasons. Okay, number one, because honestly, and again, because I had things going on in my life, I have not ever attended a TWA show, and I will be attending this one. Number two, okay, it's to see all my old friends again, and a lot of the people that are going to be there are my old friends. Number three, it is to honor the people that are going to be on the banner, as much as I hate to admit this in public, even you, Joel. Number four, it is to just be in Philly. I know so many people don't like Philly, and you know what? I don't care. But to be in Philly is an honor in itself. To be part of this event is an honor. To be part of the TWA for the day is an honor. To be part of seeing all these amazing, amazing, amazing people again is an honor. To be part of seeing their offspring enter the ring and be a part of everything that's happening. Look back on their parents who were a part of this stuff, and to be a part of it now is an honor. So, and to do the podcast there, big honor. Okay. So yeah, there's multiple reasons that I want to be there. Multiple reasons that I want to go to the after party. Multiple reasons that I am already taking probably the whole rest of the week off because I don't know that I'm going to be able to go to work. No, but I will. I'm just saying it's an honor. It's an honor to be a part of it. It's an honor to see it all. And like I said, and Jeannie, you said it too, when that banner drops, it's going to be an extremely emotional moment for everybody. I think for the people that are on
and
the
banner.
10-bell
salute and you know, all the people who are retiring that we've known for, you know, 30, 40 years, and, you know, probably the last time in Philly, if not that very day. And yeah, it's going to be emotional. It really is. It's going to be, I'm going to be a hot mess. But Joel, you'll see me smile, but it might be laughter through tears because it's just going to be so emotional.
Make sure you wear
waterproof
makeup. But here's the other thing too. I know that you were very, very close to Larry. I mean, we all were in our own way. You were closer to him in a different way. But the person that's going to really, besides Larry, that's going to really affect me a lot is going to be Dominic DeNucci and Bruno. And those two in particular were very, very close to me and my family. Like I've said multiple times, Dominic was like my father. He stood up for me in ways that no one ever had, okay? Wrestler or non-wrestler. And to me, it's an honor right now to say that this is how we spent our 1-year anniversary. I'm grateful for everything that we've done during this hour and a half. I'm grateful for what we talked about. I'm grateful for what's to come. I'm grateful for what's happened so far. You know, we were thinking about how should we do our year, but I think it's a good way to do it. Manny, I couldn't have asked for anybody better to be on the show right now. I'm so sorry that you couldn't stay. We're definitely going to reschedule you, whether it's before May 3rd or after. You will be here again. I will send you the podcast. And please know that in our hearts, we miss you. You are always here with us. We love you dearly. And I can't wait to see you when May 3rd gets here, and I can't wait to see all the rest of the people. Joel, you I can wait to see, but I can't wait to see all the rest of the people. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be so nice. I am going to be so worn out by the end of that day. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to have to stay over because I don't think I'll be able to drive home. That's how tired I'm going to be. And it's going to be worth it. I don't care. It's going to be fun. But,
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Joel. I honestly, no matter how one and done turns out, I think you need to understand that no matter how it turns out, it's still going to be epic. It's going to be epic
God, yeah.
no matter what happens. It is going to be epic, and it's going to be a landmark, and it's going to be a fingerprint of you and the TWA and all the other guys that are on that banner. It's going to be a fingerprint that's going to be indelible. It's not going to be removed. It's not going to be able to be removed. And everybody's going to remember it, and it's going to go down in history, literally in history, because from what I understand, the banners never come down. And it's going to always be up there, and your name will always be up there. And as it should, period.
As it should. Absolutely. 100%.
So there you go, Bubba.
There you go. Well, thank you for that. One other thing I did want to mention, I happened to talk the other day. One of my original referees was a fellow by the name of Sal Corrente. And Sal wrestled my matches. And in fact, he worked a couple of matches and a couple of Manny's matches, as a matter of fact. And you bring up Bruno Sammartino. The connection here is that the autobiography of Bruno Sammartino was written by Sal Corrente.
Was it?
Wow.
Yep. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we were talking about it, and just because here my book is coming out, his book has been out for a long time, the autobiography of Bruno, and here he is. He was a referee. He was one of my referees, and he went on to write the book about Bruno. Now, he lives in Florida, and he wasn't able to come up for the show, but I just want to let you know there's a connection there from the TWA, original TWA referee, to the book on Bruno Sammartino.
Wow, that's awesome. That really is awesome. And, and I do think that ultimately there's a connection, a bigger connection that everybody really knows when it comes to professional wrestling, real professional wrestling. There's a connection that goes all the way around to so many people over the years, forward and backward. And I think that this is something for the ages. I do. I really do. And I'm glad that you said that. Sal Corrente, God bless you too. I think it's just wonderful. And also, Joel, if you have been listening, I don't think I said, let me be honest with you, too many times, did I?
Yeah, you cut it down. There was a couple times. You cut it down. You're getting better. See?
All right. Boss, that's what it is. Well, and I'm telling you.
To be honest with you, I was really impressed.
To be honest. And I'm telling you that if you ever yell at me again, I'm going to hang up on you. Period.
Promise?
Yeah. The other night, Jeannie, and I'm not going to mention why, but the other night when we were all talking, okay, on text, we were talking on text. He called me out of the clear blue sky while we're on text and starts screaming at me for something I had nothing to do with at all, okay? And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. But who else is he going to scream at if not at me? So, with that said, that's to you.
It's all a work.
It's all a work. Yep, it is. It's all a work. Well, thank you, everybody. Yes. We had a wonderful time. It was a wonderful 1-year show.
Yes.
We're going to drop it tonight. And Joel, we're going to see you again next week and the week after and the week after. We're going to move Ryan. We're going to try to move Ryan to the first week in April. He can't do the 29th. So we're trying to move him to the first week of April.
No. You got it wrong.
She's got her calendar.
You were going to move him to Friday the 4th, April 4th.
Okay,
but he said no.
Right,
so he's most likely going to be on the 18th.
18th, yep. But I got that written down. What happened was I spilled water on my book, so everything went dark. Everything smeared and all that. So thank God Jeannie has it written down.
The week you have Ryan, he's a great interview. You'll be able to talk to Ryan for 2 hours and get story after story after story. So you'll have a great show. I can guarantee you that.
But we're going to ask him to bring on the triple threat with him. So it's going to be a long podcast that night for sure. So we're going to ask him to bring the guys on with him.
Just let Ryan take it over, and he'll be fine. Ryan's great at that stuff for sure.
We had a great show with him the last time, and we got a lot of views too. So hopefully that'll happen again. But anyway, thank you. We'll see you every week until at least until the show, maybe even after if you want. You're welcome. Anybody is welcome to come on the show. Fans, if you want to be a part of our show, we've had fans on here before. Everybody seems to want to come, and if you want to come, you're welcome. Okay, we already have Rich Concanon for July 4th. He loves it. He already picked that day. He begged me, and I said yes. So needless to say, everybody, please, and one thing that's really important, please buy your tickets now for the May 3rd. Go to 2300arena.com. Don't wait till the last minute. Okay, tickets will be more expensive at the door. You don't want to do that. Buy them now. And this way you'll be there, you'll be ready, you'll be prepared. It's going to be great. It really is. It's going to be like a homecoming. That's all I can say. I think it's going to be
a family reunion. A family reunion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be a family reunion. Joel, you look like you're tired. Go get some sleep. I'm going to go try and dry off my book and get everything together that we need. Jeannie, you go take a break, get ready for your lumberjacking. Okay, go.
I'm going to start working out. Yep.
Lumber Jeannie, get it right.
No, I said get ready for her lumberjacking. I know her name is Lumber Jeannie, you weirdo. And Manny, thank you. Yes. We cannot thank you enough. We love you, absolutely love you.
And stay safe in that storm.
Yeah, please be safe. Let us know how everything goes, by the way. Text us and let us know how everything goes.
Yeah.
Also, you will be back multiple times. And we please, if you can, move back up here. We want you up here with us, okay? All right, everybody. Take care. It's been great. Love you guys. See you next week.
Love you too. Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.